Hello everybody, Destroyer here. Welcome back to another cast of the Rise of the Witch King patch 2.2 version 6. Today we have a 2v2 on Buckland with some good players in it. Let's get into it. Alright, we have a first player, MayShadowFax, as the Dwarves in the top left. His ally for this matchup is Checkmate in the top right as Men of the West. The opposing team, we have Alexis as the Men of the West in the bottom left, and in the bottom right we have DreadReapr as Isengard. Cool, so we got a Isengard and a Men of the West versus a Dwarf and a Men of the West. Very cool indeed. Alright, Alexis of course is one of the best players that I know of Rise of the Witch King, aside from Solus. So he should probably do pretty well. DreadReaper's also very skilled, as is, I think, I think Checkmate's actually getting pretty good nowadays. And then of course you have MayShadow, who's pretty good as well. So it should be a good matchup actually, I think. So we have a Hall of Warriors and a tunnel going down for MayShadow, of course. So we'll be getting some Guardians or Phalanxes out. It's probably Guardians, I'd imagine. We got 3 farms going into a barracks there for Checkmate. He's putting his barracks, of course, to block the left side of his farm to defend it that way. Makes it much easier to defend. It's a very good strategy. And we have DreadReapr going for an Uruk-hai start with an Uruk pit. So we'll see how the Uruk-hai fare against Gondor's soldier spam. Although he will have to face archers as well, so that might become problematic for him. And it looks like MayShadow is actually sending a Dwarven builder off to that side. And we have scouting with the Men of the West builder here from Alexis there. Just keeping an eye out for forward mines. Definitely good play there. You definitely want to keep an eye out for the forward mines. You never know where they're going to pop up, and you do want to know when they will pop up. And of course he has his first battalion of Gondor soldiers out, and he's done a similar thing with his farm and his barracks. He's blocking this left back side of it there, so you can keep it safe, keep it secret. Looks like probably War Chant was not really called. War Chant has gone down on the Uruk-hai there, so he's gone for War Chant as his starting power. I'd imagine every player in this game, yep, they have all gone for War Chant or Rally Call. There is a Rally Call there from DreadReapr, hitting both of their team's troops. Very good indeed. Always good to do that if you can. Group up your guys and you get a freebie basically. When you do your Rally Call. Looks like a farm was knocked down, maybe even 2 for this Uruk start here. But these Uruks will be picked off by Checkmate's guys there. And it looks like MayShadow is actually opting to do stuff over here. He's helping his ally on this right side. And Alexis is now having to send guys over on this side to attack here. And it looks like Alexis has also claimed the outpost and is not contested as well. Ooh, you might get a Dwarven builder though. Although unfortunately it's a little bit too fast for the soldiers of Gondor. Alexis did some damage to him, but he will get away. And he's continuing to spam soldiers of Gondor, which is pretty good strategy until somebody gets something to stop that, of course. As they're cheap and they're very effective at what they do. Will he be able to save this furnace? I believe he will. So DreadReapr won't have to lose that. Is the Uruk-hai start working for DreadReapr? Hard to say. He's going to have trouble, definitely. Ooh, he almost lost his builder as well. Uruk-hai's all over the place here. This is what you expect from a higher level skill game. You expect troops everywhere. As they, that's how you really excel at the game, is learn how to attack multiple things, to micro all over the place. That's in general how you just get our RTS, of course. While continuing to keep your macro up, of course, get your troops producing, get your buildings building, etc. There goes the rally call there. Alexis and DreadReapr should be able to fend off the Dwarves, and the Dwarves won't even get this furnace. So good defense there. And it looks like DreadReapr has also cleaned the outpost and has been knocked down, so nobody's going to be benefiting from that for a while, if probably not the end until the end of the game. Most players don't end up rebuilding the outpost, actually. Because it can be considered a waste of money where you could use that money elsewhere. It is 500. And it probably won't pay off And especially in a high-paced game like this where troops are everywhere, you can't safely rebuild an outpost very easily. Looks like MayShadow's going to go for this furnace. I'll probably get that one. Oh, yeah, okay. He's going past it. Checkmate's got a couple of battalions of archers and some soldiers of Gondor there. Definitely helping the soldiers, the archers there. Definitely helping out. Although I think even one battalion of Warg Riders, or even from Alexis some Cav, would be pretty good. Starting on another farm there. Either one of them go for Cav. I think it would transition them into pikes of some kind, and their soldiers of Gondor would do more. But, and of course that would also nullify the archers a little bit, as the archers are probably the ones doing the most damage of the army currently. Checkmate's got a few of them out there. And of course, archers counters horsemen, turns out. So it's probably pretty effective. Although DreadReapr's starting to build up a little bit of a force. He's got himself some pikes as well as a crossbows. Pike's going to try and creep the troll area there. Taking some heavy casualties in the meantime, but they should be able to take it out. And then you can get that gold power point and potentially capture the single fire as well, if he so desires. Checkmate is starting to build quite a force, it seems, but there is literally no pikes in there because he doesn't need to, and I think that's a big bit of a problem actually. So we'll see how that turns out. Alexis does have pikes on the other hand, at least one of them, and he does have Boromir as well, up to level 2 already, so he does have his horn. And it looks like there's a lot of guardians coming out here from MayShadow. So some soldiers of Gondor here from Checkmate on this side of the map to help defend his ally. We'll see how this clump of guardians does. They do get stunned there. Look, look at their stun animation. Looks like they get shocked. What do we do? They're all gonna die. That's what they're gonna do. They did get buffed though, so they didn't take as many casualties as they would have, of course, which is good. That does give Alexis time to counter and get some rangers into position there to help pick them off. With that buff, they are tanking the arrows fairly nicely though, as you would expect Guardians to do. And now Checkmate is pushing into DreadReapr's base. It seems he is potentially winning the engagement with just this mass amount of archers. And I think DreadReapr is making a mistake by not getting any cav. I realize Warg Rider's not very good, but even one battalion could change the tide of the battle with one nicely timed charge while the Creebine's up or something. But of course he could overpower him, and he's mean to do just that. We'll see if it works out. There are soldiers of Gunner cutting down his crossbows in the back, which is unfortunate. Those crossbows are definitely going to die. And it looks like Alexis pretty much has fended off the attack of MayShadow and is pushing into the base of MayShadow currently. With Boromir leading the charge. He's up to level 4 now. One more level, he gets the leadership, and that's going to be a huge buff to the Men of Gondor. Or Men of the West, rather. And we do have a King Brand out on the field for MayShadow. And in comes some Cav, dealing really great damage to Alexis's army. Checkmate definitely made a good decision there. That crippled Alexis's attack. And because DreadReapr's not really able to put too much pressure on Checkmate, Checkmate's able to help him out his ally pretty nicely over there. But definitely, I think that was a good call on the Gunner Knights. And the enemy team is just opting not to go for Cav, and I think that's a mistake. I think that could lead to their downfall, but we'll see. Because there's no pikes on the enemy team whatsoever. It would be so devastating. Even one battalion of Gondor Knights or Rohirrim or something, or even Warg Riders would be effective. But, I mean, in the current matchup here, I don't think Alexis needs Cav. Against the Dwarves, he's doing just fine without Cav. Cav isn't really great against Dwarves because they're sturdy. It's not bad, but it's not great against tanky, sturdy units like that. But in this scenario, it might be a little better for DreadReapr to potentially invest in something. of that nature. Or maybe he just needs a shit ton of crossbows, I don't know. That might help out. But he is going for the push. We'll see how Checkmate does. Alexis is coming in for the flank, though. That does, of course, leave MayShadow open to be able to attack freely. So that could be a bad thing. We'll see. Of course, if you don't defend your ally, you will die, so he does have himself in a bit of a conundrum, doesn't he? He has summoned the hobbits down, used the vile Galadriel to cause fear into the enemy. And now the army of DreadReapr is just very, very non-existent. That's the word I'll use. Hobbits, excuse me. Hobbits continuing to do quite good damage. And of course, Checkmate does have a Boromir of his own. I like how they have two different Boromir horn sounds. That's pretty good. Boromir on Boromir action. Everyone's dream. Actually, that's I don't know who dreams of that, but it's weird. We have a marketplace up here from Alexis. Very nice. We'll definitely help him out in his money situation. He's gone for Tower Guards. He did that a while ago, I saw. Of course, I didn't say anything. Tower Guards and Athelian Rangers. Great combo there. A classic combo, of course. As you never had Rohan Spearmen in a BFME 2. Checkmate's showing there's a battalion of Idle Guardians. Okay, that's all. But it looks like Alexis is fending off nicely while also helping defend his ally. DreadReapr has been hit a little bit, but nothing fatal. And he'll begin building his farms and forces up again. He's already got some on the field, so that's good. Alexis is doing a good job defending his ally and his base at the same time. As you would expect from one of the best players of Rise of the Witch King. 2.02 at least. Although he could be overwhelmed by dwarves at some points if he's not careful. He does demolish that farm and the wall hub. Get the money back before it's destroyed. The wall hub, of course, just because you don't need a wall hub. Blood players don't use walls, as you would expect. So no point in actually letting the wall hub finish. It's just there to protect the builder, of course. You throw it up if your builder's in danger. Because wall hubs are very hard to kill. Ooh, Brand going. Sweet slam shot there. Kill a good chunk of the crossbows. You gotta be careful about clumping up your guys around Brand. There is summon Tom Bombadil for Alexis. Checkmate beaconing Tom Bombadil's there. He definitely wants to get out of there. This Tom Bombadil will wreck your day. If you have a clump of troops, that would be devastating. I definitely say Alexis is winning on the left side. But it definitely seems like Checkmate is winning on the right side. So we'll see who wins first, I guess. Although it seems, in this current situation right now, it seems like the bottom team would be winning, I would say. As Isengard has recovered, DreadReapr doesn't seem like he's in any real danger right now. But I definitely say Checkmate is doing better. His base is a lot better. He's got more structures upgraded and such. He's got Cav even. And Alexis, of course, is doing a bit better than DreadReapr here, I'd say. DreadReapr has a battle wagon. That could be very useful, but of course if there's pikes and they're properly microed, they're not going to get too much done with that battle wagons. But he does have the banner on it. The banner is a great one to put on it, as of course it'll give leadership to the troops around it. It's free leadership if you don't have a King Dane, which is great. You just got to be careful to keep it near your troops. Just putting on a whole ground stance and standing it next to your archers is kind of good a lot of the time. Kind of like a drummer troll. That's kind of how you use drummer troll as well. Just kind of stand it near your archer line or whatever. See what's doing. Lots of long shots going down. Trying to take on as many dwarves as possible. They're so durable. Look at them go. Alexis and DreadReapr both in this clump of troops. The oil cask going in, doing pretty good damage there. And they are free to roam around with the battle wagons. The tower guards are gone. Oh dear. This is devastating. Alexis is going to lose all of his archers. Or at least a majority of them. He's trying to split them up. See if he can get some out of there. Unfortunately for him though, it's just not happening. Boromir unfortunately doesn't have his horn. Although I think I'm not sure if the banner on the battle wagon nullifies fear or not. I don't think it does. I think it's just statues, but I'm not positive about that. Oh, he's so close. They're so close. He is actually going to retreat that battle wagon. So those rangers will live, but one battalion out of like what, 4 or 5, maybe 3 or 4. Not ideal for him, definitely. Boromir is a human pincushion right now, as he's running away from a lot of men of Dale there. So now things have definitely swung into the top team's favor, I would certainly say. Checkmate is not pressing in right now, but he has the means to do so. He's also upgraded to Rohirrim. So he's gotten rid of his Gondor Knights, it looks like. Upgraded to Rohirrim, and he should do well for that matter. He's also got himself a marketplace as well. And now, looks like MayShadow is pushing on Alexis now. And I think this probably won't get too far. I think Alexis still has a pretty strong army, because the Rangers and Boromir are still there. And as long as he's got tower guards to keep his archers actually squashed, then he should be fine. And here goes the horn. Very nice. The Horn of Gondor has been sounded. The troops are frozen. And no, it doesn't look like this actually does cause fear immunity. So that's good. Checkmate bringing in some Rohirrim while he's going for an attack on DreadReapr's base as well. DreadReapr has sent some troops over here as well to help with the defense of Alexis' base. The Hobbits being summoned in once again. The Vile Galadriel being used. And Alexis has lost control of some of his troops here. Those archers getting way out of position because of it. And they could potentially be ran over, but it looks like no one has capitalized on that. But definitely the army DreadReapr sent over here has been crushed. And let's see the attack here going down on DreadReapr's base. Checkmate seems to be doing alright. His Boromir does not quite have leadership, but he's very close. We do have alerts on the field for DreadReapr as well, so he can take out Boromir pretty nicely once he gets to level 4. That cripple strike. Cripple him, beast him down with his carnage, and be done with it. And that should turn things around for Eisen a little bit. At least not having Boromir on the field. But yeah, definitely a very back and forth game. Pretty good so far. Both teams are playing very well. We got a Faramir out there from Alexis. Very nice. Using his stupid wounding arrow. That doesn't do jack shit. I hate the wounding arrow. I'm glad it's being changed to some description. I forgot to what, though. We'll see, eventually. DreadReapr has some troops here in the center. For whatever reason. I guess probably they were on the way to help Alexis, perhaps. Now it looks like we have a bit of a respite. A breathing period here. But looks like MayShadow's going to go for the snipe. Boom! Hitting quite a few rangers there. Only killing one, though. So it wasn't too, actually, good. Definitely helps to have your troops buffed. Boromir is level 7. He's actually using his Captain of Gondor ability as well. Now he has, of course, his long shots on his archers. His tower guards have a bit more health as well, which is not bad, assuming he's on his tower guards. But they are level 2, so I'm assuming so. Looks like Checkmate does have fire arrows. It's something Alexis actually does not have currently. Oh, he does have it. Well, never mind then. Doesn't look like they're on, though. In fact, they're not. Now they are. I guess because they're new. Fresh spawns. Checkmate's attack. Oh boy, those long shots were devastating. Boromir's Horn combined with the long shot ability can be pretty brutal. I think DreadReapr's in a huge amount of trouble. Look at the amount of Checkmate's stuff there, and DreadReapr is dead. He has given up. Well, Checkmate is successful on that side, and Alexis is now left alone against 2 players. So I think we can imagine how that's going to go. Unfortunately, his brave attack is going to end prematurely. Not before he gets a huge bombadillo in there. Very nice. Just call it Bombadillo. It's not even Sonic Song anymore, it's just Bombadillo. But it looks like Checkmate will be moving in here from the east. And Alexis will have a hell of a time defending. And there he goes. Alexis has been defeated. And the northern team is victorious. Very nice. Cool. Very good game. That was pretty back and forth for a bit. Pretty intense. A lot of units moving around, a lot of attacks going on. It was pretty good to watch. So we'll play to both those teams, of course, and to the winning team. But yeah, I think some earlier calf might have helped DreadReapr a little bit. Just a little bit, but or any. Before it gets too late in the game. Late game, Isengard cav probably useless against Man of the West, but maybe a little earlier. Might have been alright. I don't know. Or maybe Alexis going cav, I don't know. Some cav of some kind would have been good. Anyway, I'm rambling. That has been a cast of the Rise of the Witch King Patch 2.2 version 6. Hopefully it was enjoyable to watch, and we'll see you all next time.